Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you an Al Gore update. Many people have been asking me over the past few months, where has Al Gore been? Well, you can remember back in 2008, Al Gore claiming the polarized cap will disappear in 5 years, and 5 years later, the ice cap was bigger than ever. Well, I found Al. There he is. No, he's actually an advisor at Kleiner Perkins, along with Colin Powell and a bunch of other fuckers that are trying to profit off of fear. Now, climate hustler and partner at Beyond Meat, its largest investor, Al Gore, moves to profit big from anti-meat drive. This was coming out in August of this year, and the multinational corporations that are involved in this scam are really scaling it up. Al Gore is standing to rake in millions from a World Resource Institute meat consumption reduction report. Now, we'll get to the World Resource Institute in just a moment. But this report that was created by some of the largest multinational corporations and funded by some of the biggest scumbags, including Google, Bill and Melinda Gates, and others. Al Gore just happens to be one of the biggest stakeholders, almost 17% in the entire company. So that's where Al's been. Now, CNN recently reported here, and we'll get to that, on the just published report from the global research nonprofit. Yeah, let's open that. The World Research Institute. And we'll talk about them in a minute. A 568-page report dubbed Creating a Sustainable Food Future. Did you know that our food waste alone is enough to feed the world's hungry? We'll get back to that. Many people have been curious why there's been this sudden push to cut meat, particularly beef consumption. It seems to come out of nowhere. And the report is looking more and more like junk science-based instrument designed to boost the plant-based substitute meat industry, which I've proven in about 3 hours is the truth, including major companies such as Beyond Meat, which is now filling my supermarket. Every week, I'm like, why is all this fake meat in here? And no one's buying it. It's on the clearance section. It just sits there, and it gets marked down, and it gets thrown out. Generation Investment Management is connected to Kleiner Perkins, where former Vice President Al Gore is one of its partners and its advisors. Who is Kleiner Perkins? It turns out they are Beyond Meat's biggest investor, according to Biz Journals. Beyond Meat is an LA-based producer of plant-based meat substitutes, founded in 2009 by Ethan Brown. Now, the company went public in May, and just weeks later, they more than quadrupled in their value. Yes, Al Gore, partner and advisor to Kleiner Perkins, Beyond Meat's biggest investor, stands to haul in millions should governments move to restrict meat consumption and force citizens to swallow the dubious substitutes and fakes. This sounds like a huge scheme he's been working on. This is just coming out in July of 2019 to help save the planet, cut back to a hamburger and a half per week. This is from CNN. Americans will need to cut their average consumption of beef by 40%. And Europeans by 22% so that Al Gore can make millions, as well as others. If the world needs to continue to feed 10 billion people, this will need to happen. Now, here are Beyond Meat's biggest and happiest investors. The plant-based burger company Beyond Meat went public May 2nd at $25 a share. And a month later, the company is going strong with shares trading at upwards of 100. Al Gore and his partners own 16% of the entire company. Yeah, that's quite a paycheck. Now, let's talk about the World Resources Institute that came out with the study that's pushing all this nonsense. Look at how they have a picture of a poor person pumping water. Of course, they're doing great work. Great work. Their challenge is to make up shit so rich people get richer. And you know how I know? Because the board of directors consists of two co-chairs, James Harmon and David Blood. Can you imagine that is his last name? David Blood is the co-founder and senior partner of Generation Investment Management. Yeah, one of the biggest scumbag firms on earth. Generation is playing an integral role in the development of sustainable investing by forcing markets to make fake meat and shove it down your neck. And James Harmon is also former president of the Export-Import Bank of the United States. And he's currently chairman and CEO of Caravel Management, LLC, the investment manager of the Caravel Fund, an emerging and frontier market like fake meat. So the people that run the World Resource Institute, which supposedly care about your health and the amount of resources you have, actually only care about their investors. If you just click on the links, you can find this out. And the recognized donors are insane. Bill and Melinda Gates is the first thing that jumped out. The German Agency for International Cooperation, GIZ, that sounds like a bunch of Nazis. And everything else with climate in it is a fraud. The World Bank, they put down here second to last, and then Anonymous, 1. Who the fuck is that? Well, we know what's going on here. Multinational corporations and the globalist agenda are pushing fake shit down your neck so that millionaires can become billionaires and you can become poor and eat shit. That will make you sick and make more millionaires billionaires in the pharmaceutical industry. Because that industry is not designed to make you healthy. It's designed to keep you sick and alive. Americans will need to cut their beef consumption by 40%. Look at this tweet. August 3rd. Thank you, CNN, for getting paid off by the propagandists. The ones that claim the polar ice cap will disappear in 5 years, they couldn't be further from the truth. Here's 2013's ice. Here's ice yesterday. In the multi-decadal norms, building rapidly, might I say. Still there, shit tons of it. Yeah. 6,000 cubic kilometers of ice. Now, the facts are that the world produces enough food to feed everyone, almost twice over. So the reason people are going hungry is because of poverty, because of these very organizations that are pushing these agendas that are starving people. Who could afford fake meat? Not the normal person. It costs like $7 a pound to eat some shitty fake meat. I can get chicken for like 20 cents a pound at the right time. Are you kidding me? And we waste it. It's the Western world. We throw out enough food to feed the entire fucking planet. You want to know the facts? Subscribe to the channel, share this with like-minded people, and stop being a puppet. Bah! Stop being a sheep. Follow the fucking money. Do a dab.